So today is day 6 and we're going to do some more patterns. So we'll start off as usual. So I'm just going to move this slightly up. Does it want to move up? There we are, that'll do. Just so I can get my pen under it. So now some of the designs I'm doing today are a little bit bigger, so I'm going to make sure I don't do anything too complicated. I might there we are. Let's do that today. So first one I'm going to do is based on little circles. So you do a little tiny circle, you do a circle round it that isn't quite joined, and then another circle that isn't quite joined, and another one. It's up to you how many you do, and then you do one all around the edge that is joined up. Then we'll do another one. And make sure the bits that aren't joined face different directions, you know, for each circle, if you see what I mean. And some of them can be bigger. Make that a bit more joined up. That's it. That one needs to be a bit, that's it. Right, let's do a little one here. I'm just going to fill up the space. Obviously you can leave a few gaps if you want. That's not a problem at all. I think we'll just do one here. There we are. Okay, so that's the first one. Next thing we're going to do is a big kind of, this is another one that's based on a net, but we're going to do quite a big one. And then we cross over. See, I'm going through all that. Oh, it looks like we could do with the one there, couldn't we? And then we go this way as well, joining up all those corners. Oh, one here, and one there. One there. Okay, so then what we do is we kind of, it reminds me of drawing cells in biology. So this is like, oh, I can't remember what, is this the nucleus? I don't know, it's the bit inside the cell. So this is a little bit time consuming, and it's only really when we do the shading that it completely comes to life. Now you can do this randomly as well. So for example, you could do one there, for example, like that as well. But I'll do it filling them all in today. If you get bored, you can do random ones, or you just decide that's what you want to do. See, I'm not exactly following the lines because I want it to be a little bit, a bit of character, I suppose, is what we're looking for. We're nearly there. So as I said, once we've drawn all this in, it will be when we do the shading, it will come to life. Okay, so that's that one. And then I'm just trying to remember which ones I decided I was doing today. Oh, yes. Right, the next one. I'm just going to turn this round this way because it'll be easier for me to draw this way round, I think. So what we're going to do is we're going to do little C's and then a backward C, forward C, backward C, forward C, backward C, forward C. Let's do a backward C there. Okay, and then we're going to kind of double this up. So this reminds me of some of the writing patterns I used to have to do at infant school. I used to love writing patterns. It probably says far more about me than anything else. Right, and then we double that one up as well. Whoops. There we are. Good. Right, so we've got one more to do. So this next one is quite time consuming, so I'm deliberately doing it in a small section. So what we're going to do is draw a row of boxes, then another row of boxes underneath. Now the smaller you make this design, the longer it takes to do. So you might decide you either are going to just use a very small section or you're going to make them quite big. And then we put crosses in all of them. And then we colour in the bottom triangle. There we are. So that's that done. So the next thing is adding a bit of shading. So we'll start with these. Now what you can do is add a bit of shading on the tops. Just a little bit. It just kind of makes them look a bit 3D, like little kind of square pyramids, which is kind of cool. Now with these ones here, it's nice to add a little bit of shading around one side. They remind me of the sort of, I don't know, Anglo-Saxon buckles and buttons and things, if you know what I mean. Sort of big brooches. Or maybe it's Roman, I can't remember. But I know I've seen something like this in museums. And then if you feel it's too much white, you could always just add a little bit of shading in some of the white patches as well, if you want. Okay, so now I'm just going to move this a little bit. We get to this bit. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the shading in these bits here. So where the triangles join in the middle of each. Where am I missing? I'm not doing this very methodically, am I? And then what you can do is you can just spread out a little bit along some of the lines if you want. It just makes it look a bit like a net or something. Not really a spider's web, but some kind of, I don't know, some kind of trap. What else am I missing? There we are. And then finally, this one here, again, I'm going to move the screen a little bit. What's nice is if you do a little bit of shading, sort of under the loop, it kind of makes it look a bit 3D. Can you see that? It's quite clever, that, I think. No, I didn't make it up, so it's not me being clever. And again, if you wanted to add a little bit of extra I just thought there needs a bit, just notice that here. We are. I think that is done. Let's have a look. Yeah, there we are. Perfect.